Hola, hola, amigas. How are you? In this episode, I am sharing 3 ways to get clear on your soul path and purpose. I speak to so many women, especially in this midlife stage, that are starting to question what their purpose is. And this is a totally normal stage that we go through in life. Most of us go through this. We grow up conditioned to people please, conform to society's expectations, and follow in our parents' footsteps. Or in my case, as the eldest daughter of immigrants, I felt pressure into going into a career that made sense to my parents and also something that made them proud. So, fashion designer wasn't quite the thing for them. Um, so I thought it would be a good time to share 3 ways that you can gain that clarity of what your soul path and purpose is and start exploring that on a deeper level. But before I get started, I do want to acknowledge I am recording this on Thanksgiving week. So for those of you out there that celebrate happy Thanksgiving, I know many of us have mixed feelings about what the meaning of Thanksgiving is as it was taught to us in the schools. I get that. Nevertheless, so I do want to acknowledge that. Nevertheless, I find it as a time to just express gratitude and spend time with family. So that's what I'm doing, and that's how I celebrate that time. It's a time for me to start resting, to start um, slowing down in the year, getting ready for the holidays and the end of year and for winter. And I go into a little bit of a hibernation mode and try to come back strong, in the new year and start, doing business planning for the next year and so on and so forth. So I got to thinking, well, as I was preparing for Thanksgiving, because I'm going to host this year, and I was working on uh, my Thanksgiving menu and pulling out my recipes. And, it was, I'm just going to share with you, I pulled out a recipe binder. If you're on YouTube, you can see that I'm pulling out this 3-ring binder that is literally falling apart when I open it. And it has printed and handwritten recipes. Does anybody still do this or keep one of these handy? I can't believe I still have this. I think I've had this for about a good 25 years. I even printed out a a sheet to put in the front, cover and that little insert, the plastic insert, Sonia's recipes. But I have handwritten notes here from whew, early 2000s, emails here from like friends that have emailed me their recipes and uh magazine, like ripped out magazine pages, and I mean printed out stuff that from recipes that I've just loved over the years. And I have like my true tried and tested recipes that I love. And so obviously with Thanksgiving, I have my favorite recipes. And it's interesting because there was a time when I used to cook for a family of 5 with, like, 4 teenage boys. Really, it kind of felt actually, it was 3 teenage boys, but it felt like it was 4, if you know what I mean. So I used to cook a lot, and, uh, so I just had a ton of recipes and a ton of I was always cooking. I cooked a lot for many years, and I don't anymore as much. So I pulled out this recipe binder, and clearly, this hasn't been used in years, uh, because I have at the very front a pocket where I stick, the clear pocket at the very front where you stick like loose end papers. And I would always stick like the last sheets of paper that I had used, the recipes that I had used, especially for Thanksgiving. It's like, okay, I'm done cooking. I'm just going to stick it back in the binder and stick the binder in the cupboard, and, I'll organize it later. Well, clearly, it hasn't been touched since the last Thanksgiving I hosted, which was probably 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, maybe even longer, because what is sitting in the front of the recipe binder are my garlic mashed potatoes. I've got my bacon Brussels sprouts. I got all my Thanksgiving recipes. I've got recipes from like my ex's mother that she gave me. So clearly this hasn't been touched in a really, really long time, but it was just kind of fun to reminisce. And then it just got me to thinking, the recipe binder. Does anybody keep any one of these anymore? Or is everybody just like online, or what do you guys do? I'm curious. And what's your favorite Thanksgiving recipe to cook? Let me know. I'm not cooking a turkey this year. My boyfriend is frying turkeys. So excited about that because that's one less thing off my list. So yeah. And so, anyways, as I was thinking through, going through the recipes and just really getting ready and getting the place ready, I love doing this. I love entertaining and I do love cooking. And it's just a part of me that I've gotten away from. But I'm hoping that this kind of gives me a little nudge to get back in it. And also, my boyfriend has a newly renovated kitchen that I am just like dying to use. I mean, I've already used it, but to just really use it on a grander scale. So looking forward to that. But as I was going through all this, I took a moment to reflect on one of the many things that I'm really, really grateful for. And that is that I'm grateful to have created this business that lets me really work with incredible soul aligned clients who bring their best energy and passion to the table. I get to choose my own schedule. So I can take the time off when I need to and show up for the people and experiences that matter most to me. I get to work from anywhere in the world, whether it's a cozy cafe or a sunny beach. I travel with my laptop because I am an entrepreneur. I don't mind it at all because I love the work that I do. I've taken my laptop to Greece, to Paris, to Costa Rica, to Mexico. And if something comes up, I can attend to it. Or if I have a coaching call with a client, I can attend to it. Or I can schedule it for when I come back. But the beauty of it is, the point is, I have the flexibility to do that. I actually look forward to working on Mondays instead of dreading the Sunday scaries because I am inspired by the work that I do and the women that I am empowering. I get to live a life of intention and balance where I prioritize my well being as much as my work. This life, it didn't happen by accident. It was built on a foundation of soul led decisions, some struggles, some challenges for sure, but really deciding to take purposeful action and a clear vision of the business and the life that I wanted to create. And I believe that that is possible for you too. If you've been dreaming of launching your own business, one that supports your unique lifestyle, serves your soul's purpose, and empowers you to live life on your terms, this is your moment. I'm building the Launch Your Soul-Based Business Group Coaching Program, which is designed to help you take the leap with confidence, clarity, and support. Over 12 weeks, I will guide you to get clear on your vision and your mission, your purpose, your passions, identify your ideal clients. I'm going to help you craft a business that aligns with your lifestyle and your values, where you don't have to ask anybody for permission to do the things that you love and not do the things that you don't. I'm going to teach you to build a thriving and sustainable business, harnessing both the divine feminine of creativity, but also the masculine energies of building those structures and processes to make it all run well. So, creating this balance between the feminine and masculine energy, as opposed to what we see so much in corporate, which is very, you know, patriarchal, masculine energy. um, I'm going to help you get clear on what your business should be so you don't have to know what that is yet. I also have my friend, Monica Lorraine, joining us to teach you how to magnetize your clients based on your unique astrology birth chart and your human design. This was a game changer for me. I tell you, I was ready to throw in the towel in 2019. I started this business in, around 2013, 2014, but really legally 2015. And I'm telling you, in 2019, I was ready to throw in the towel. And Monica Lorraine helped me by looking through my birth chart and my human design and helping me understand how I work best and how to magnetize my clients. And that has absolutely changed my business for me and my life as a result of that. I'm also we will also be co-creating with your business spirit guides to determine what that is for you, what the business is for you, who your clients are, what your offerings should be. And that is something that I'm going to help you do. Either I will connect with your spirit guides for you, or I will teach you how to do that for yourself. It really is a beautiful experience. The very first half of the program is all based on the divine feminine, where we bring in this creativity and ease and flow and just this creation. And then the second half is going to be more of the masculine energy, where we're going to bring in the structures and the platforms and the software to make it all happen and bring it together. So, as far as what your business could be, I get it. It's very scary. Like, okay, maybe I want to create an additional stream of income or a side gig or leave my 9 to 5 eventually. But what are the possibilities of what this business could be? Well, I created this little list to give you some ideas. But you can get into coaching. This can be a life coach, career coach, a health coach, fitness, relationship coaching, or even a sports coach. If you're a sports coach, for example, imagine creating something like, a football coaching clinic or, fill in the blank with whatever your sport is, a volleyball coaching clinic for young kids. You can do that. People are always looking to improve themselves. What about if you're into astrology or human design, offering, you know, offering cosmic insight and guidance to people who don't know how to do that, like my friend Monica Lorraine, who has helped me so much. There's energy work. If you're an energy worker, whether it's Reiki, pranic healing, angelic energy, or whatever other transformative modalities, like maybe even breath work, things of that nature, you can build a business or an additional stream of income from that. There's doula services supporting families through birth and postpartum, spiritual medium, connecting others with messages of healing, either whether you're a spiritual medium connecting with spirit guides or past loved ones. If you have that type of gift, you can offer this as a service to others. People are looking for that. How about tarot card reading, providing intuitive clarity and guidance? Bookkeeping. Now let's get into something that's not as esoteric, like bookkeeping, helping entrepreneurs like myself to manage their finances, project management, streamlining processes for entrepreneurs or even businesses to help them grow their business. What about customer service? If you have customer service experience, people like me are always looking for somebody to help them support their online businesses, whether it's answering, email from customers, or there's communities like memberships and Facebook groups that require customer service. So that is something that you can offer. Maybe website design. Maybe graphic design. Maybe you've been an executive assistant or an administrative assistant, and you can provide virtual assistant services to entrepreneurs supporting day-to-day operations. You can be an online business manager that takes their businesses to the next level. Business strategy, marketing strategy. If you're a copywriter, entrepreneurs are always looking for people to create, beautiful copy for their emails, for their landing pages, for their funnels, for their websites. So if you're good at writing, that's an offer a service you can offer. If you know how to build funnels, like lead magnets and take the customer, take people through the customer journey for entrepreneurs, that's a service you can offer. Maybe you know how to do Facebook ads. People are always looking for Facebook ads. SEO optimization, SEO services. People are always looking for that. You can be a consultant, a business consultant, or a consultant of any sort, of whatever strengths or experience you have right now. What about tutoring? Maybe you can teach a language. Maybe you can teach, kids to read. Maybe you know how to play an instrument. That's a service you can offer. Maybe you're just really good at navigating the homeschooling system. I mean, if I were to homeschool my kids, I wouldn't know where to start. Maybe you build a program around that. So these are just ideas. I wanted to put this together for you so you can start to get an idea of the multiple things that you can do. And guess what? You don't have to be married to the one thing. You can shift, you can pivot, you can start a different branch to your business if you have multiple, if you love multiple things. If you love gardening, if you love plants, you can offer services in teaching people how to care for their plants. You can actually create services where you go care for people's plants, where you could go to corporate offices and water their plants and make sure their plants are repotted and in the right position. There are services for that. When I was in corporate, there was somebody who came in just to take care of the plants. So just there's just so much you can do, and we can get clear on that and help you get clear on that in this program. This program is not just about building a business. It's really about creating a life that you love, doing something that you love and that lights you up. It's about creating a new paradigm that supports you at a soul level, one that completely breaks away from the colonial, patriarchal paradigm that pushes you to exhaust yourself, burn the candle at both ends, and inevitably face burnout. As I reflect on what I'm grateful for this season, I really can't wait to help you build something you'll be thankful for too. If you're ready to step into your soul led future, I invite you to apply for this pilot Launch Your Soul Based Business Coaching Program. And if you apply by tonight, Monday, November 25th, you will receive $500 off your enrollment plus my my Soulpreneur podcast launch method, which is an online course with step-by-step guidance, instructions to start your podcast in 30 days or less. I'm only accepting up to six women into this pilot program, and it is by invite only. So you do need to apply. You can go to sonia-flores.com/soul business to apply. It's a quick application process. No obligation. It's like 2 minutes, if that. And then it directs you to book a clarity call with me. I want to make sure that this is the right program for you, that I'm the right coach for you, that this is the right time for you. So if you have any interest in creating an additional stream of income, in creating a side gig, and then potentially leaving your 9 to 5, or if you've been a stay-at-home mom, just starting something for yourself, book this call, apply, let's chat. It's no obligation. If anything, I can answer questions that you might have and lead you in the right direction if this isn't the right program for you, if I'm not the right coach for you. So I am really looking forward to connecting with you. And I just really am eternally grateful for where I'm at, where I've come from, and I want to share this with others. I know that you can build something for yourself that you love too. I did it when I first started this program. It was just extra cash. I was stay-at-home mom, and it was just an additional stream of income for me to like make some extra money for like nice vacation with my boys. And it provided that and then some. And then from there it grew. And then it grew into this full-time thing. And now I'm making more money than I ever made in corporate. And no, it's not just about the money. It's about, like shared, about the lifestyle that it affords me, which is being able to take time off when I need to, being able to create my own schedule and to pick the people that I want to work with. How about that? Anyways, so moving on, I do want to share a win for the week because a couple episodes ago when I had Carrie Peralta on the podcast, we talked about she wanted to share her win for the week. And I thought, you know what? This is beautiful. This is something that I am going to incorporate with every episode because I think it's important that we celebrate even micro wins, even little accomplishments. It is so important to celebrate those, pat ourselves on the back, take the time to do a little happy dance, and get excited about all those little micro wins, those micro moments, because these big accomplishments, they don't happen in one big leap. They happen by taking small little actions and having small little wins that add up. So take time to celebrate those. This is something that I realized and came out of a recent coaching session with the client. And I thought, you know what? Clearly it's coming up. So it's something that I need to do for myself and that I want to share with you. So my win for the week is that I have welcomed my first aspiring soulpreneur into the program. And super excited about that. I cannot wait for those of you who are going to join us because you will love her energy. And another one for me is that my son came home for the Thanksgiving holiday, and I'm a super happy mama. So, and you know what? I get to spend time with him working from home. I get to go to lunch with him. I get to take a few days off to enjoy time together. We get to have coffee together on our little breaks during work time because I created this business with intention, with that intention in mind. So, all right, enough of that. Let's get into the topic for this episode. 3 ways to find your soul path and purpose. 3 practical ways to find your soul path and purpose. First of all, let's be clear about one thing before we begin. Your soul's path and purpose does not have to be tied to what you do for a living. Your purpose might be to show up in how you parent, how you show up for others, making connections, building community, or even in a hobby that lights you up. Your soul's purpose is about alignment, joy, and authenticity. It's about living in a way that feels deeply meaningful to you. If you've been struggling to figure out what that is for you, not to worry. Today, I'm sharing 3 practical ways to gain clarity on your soul path and purpose. So let's get started. Number 1, make a list of your skills and strengths. Start by listing out every skill and every strength that you've developed over the years. Think back to every job you've had, every volunteer work you've done, and even hobbies you've picked up. Don't leave anything out, big or small, it all matters. I would also encourage you to list any big struggles and challenges you've overcome that resulted in you becoming stronger and even learning new skills. So many times our biggest growth comes from challenges. So please list those. Now, once you have your list together, take a look at it. Are there any common themes or threads that you're seeing? Do certain skills or experiences stand out to you as like the most exciting? And start to circle those and see if you see anything that could give you like an aha moment or start to give you ideas of, okay, maybe I can build something around this. Okay. Maybe this is where my excitement is. Feel what comes up for you in your heart. Like what makes your like heart flutter? What makes your stomach flutter? What makes you feel like excited and lit up? It makes your eyes open wide. It makes you feel like, oh my gosh, if I could be doing this right now, this would be so exciting. Now, if that's not coming so easily, here's a little exercise to add to that, to go even deeper. Try numbering each skill or strength with number 1. So a number 1, you're going to give a number 1 to those things that you absolutely love doing. You're going to give a number 2 for the things you feel neutral about. And then you're going to give a number 3 to those things you don't enjoy at all. Now, gather all your number 1s, put those on a separate list if you need to, or highlight them. Do you see a pattern with those number 1s? Are there activities and skills that bring you that joy and fulfillment? So ask yourself, once you identify those and once you start to see those patterns, these are the things that light you up. This is your passion. These lead to your purpose. So start to think, ask yourself, how can I incorporate more of these into my daily life? Question number 2, how can any of these passions become a career or a side hustle? Is that possible? This step isn't just about finding work that you love, it's about bringing more joy into your everyday life. And if you can make money off of it, then why not? Right. So that's one way to start getting clear on what your path and purpose is. And from there, it's not going to happen overnight. Okay. So it's going to take some time for you to start getting conscious and start becoming aware of those things. And over time, it starts coming and you start getting little hints and you start seeing things that tell you, yes, this is the way. And start incorporating those to see. You just got to start taking that step. Like I said, the micro wins, it's the little wins that create the big win. It's the little steps and the little things that you start incorporating that start guiding you towards living in your path and purpose. Okay. Practical step number 2. Revisit what you loved as a child. Take a few minutes to sit quietly and reflect on your favorite childhood activities. What did you love doing when you were little? Did you spend hours drawing, building things, playing outside, or making up stories? These childhood joys often hold clues to your soul's path because they come from a place of pure passion and curiosity before the world told you what you should do, before the world put all the layers on top of us, covering up our spark and our joy. Reconnecting with these moments can reveal what lights you up at your core. You might discover that the things you loved as a child still have a place in your life today. For example, for me, I used to spend hours playing with paper dolls. Remember those? I loved them because they were inexpensive, so I could have a bunch of them. And I also loved them because I spent hours drawing new, fun, and trendy clothes for them. It's no wonder I wanted to be a fashion designer when I got to high school. But as the eldest daughter of immigrant parents, that was not a solid career, and I was discouraged from that. However, it absolutely explains my love for nice clothes and for fashion. So even though I don't get to do this for a living, I make sure that I incorporate this into my life with nice clothes and styling my body and just really loving the clothes that I wear. And, it reminds me back when around 2018, 2019, even 2020, I used to do an outfit of the day story post on Instagram because I was working from home and for a long time I just was wearing pajamas and a bun all the time and never getting dressed like today and just kind of like a mess. Um, and I thought, no, I need to get out of this funk. I love clothes. Why am I not dressing? I have beautiful clothes and beautiful shoes. And so I started dressing up for work for myself. And I would post an outfit of the day just for fun. And that was fun for me. And I know what now why, because I've taken the time to sit with what did I enjoy as a child? And one of those things was teaching, which is no wonder I'm now into coaching, but also obviously this fashion side, right? So I may start incorporating that outfit of the day post again because it was fun. So if you need help reconnecting with that childhood part, I encourage you to listen to episode 43, Meet Your Inner Child, a guided meditation to uncover your true needs. Now, this meditation will guide you to uncover your needs and desires, but you can also use this to ask your inner child what she loves to do and play with. In fact, you will notice there is a part in that meditation that incorporates play with your inner child. So go listen to that and explore that. And I'd love to hear if anything comes up for you. It really is kind of amazing when we put awareness to it, when we put energy into it, what unfolds. And that's what unfolded for me most recently, this like side of me loving fashion and clothes. It stems from such an early age. Like, how would I know at such a young age, right? Because I wasn't corrupted. There was nobody had put any limitations on these are the 3 or 5 things you can be as in your career, but So anyways, that's the second way. And then here goes the last way that I'm going to share, which I would be remiss not to share this, is to call in your spirit guides. This is step number 3 or third practical way to call in your spirit guides. Now, I know you may not think this isn't so practical because how do I call in my spirit guides? Okay, let me get there. Your spirit guides are always with you, and they're here to help you walk your soul's path and purpose. They have been with you through lifetimes, always guiding you towards alignment, towards aligning with that soul path and purpose. If this is something that you're curious about, take some time to connect with them. You can do this through meditation, through journaling, or even simply sitting quietly and asking them for guidance and listen to it and listen. Look, you may hear things. We each have a different clair that is stronger. You may hear something, you may see things, you may envision things, you may think you're making them up. You're not. Those thoughts that come to your mind, those are your spirit guides answering you. Trust that they're always there to support you. If you're not sure how to start, maybe you can actually check out episode 10. It's called How to Connect with Your Intuition and Spirit Guides, where I talk with my intuition mentor, Jessica Rachel. We dive into the ways in which you could connect with your guides and the incredible wisdom that they can share. It's a really, really great episode. And here's the best part. You don't need anyone else to do it for you. You already have the ability to connect with your guides and receive their guidance. So, in the Launch Your Soul-Based Business group coaching program, you will co-create with your spirit guides to get clear on your business. It is really a beautiful process, and honestly, why I am building this group coaching program to begin with. They are the ones, my spirit guides are the ones that have been pushing me to do this for over a year. And I'm finally following suit because you know why? When we don't listen to our spirit guides and their direction to keep us aligned with their soul path and purpose, they're going to continue to try over and over and over again. And the sooner we listen to the whispers and to that nudge and to those ideas that pop into our head, it's our spirit guides telling us this is the way you should go. When we don't listen, those signs keep getting stronger until we face things like burnout or illness or accidents and to force us to start listening. So anyways, listen to that episode. Jessica Rachel shares more about that, and it just really is a fun episode. So clarity on your soul path and purpose may not happen overnight. I already said this. It's a journey, but you can start by exploring what this could look like for you. Get curious and start playing around with the ideas you are coming up with. Pick one and start implementing it. You will soon discover if that is it or not. And you have the ability to pivot, to tweak it, and change it to something different until you find the thing that truly lights you up. Listen, my business idea started in 2013, 2015 as something real super part-time, real like just out there, just didn't really have a shape or form. And it started shaping itself. I started as a virtual assistant, just supporting entrepreneurs on whatever they needed to do. And this is how I learned so many skills and platforms because I would just take whatever they gave me, including podcasting. One client wanted me to learn podcasting and I was like, I'm there for it. And then I created a whole business off of that. That's been my bread and butter. That is what has supported me and my sons for the last almost 10 years. Is because I learned this skill, I took it in that direction and I ran with it. And my niche were coaches and therapists and healers and intuitives because that's the people who I was attracting and that I loved working with. Whenever I worked with others, no shade to anybody who I'm going to mention, okay? But whenever I worked with people like that were in finance, that was a very male energy, or I had a couple of clients that were like in real estate, and the energy was super male oriented. It felt like corporate. We didn't jive. It didn't even work. We either couldn't communicate well or I made a ton of mistakes and, it just it just didn't work. It just didn't work. My spirit guides were like, mistake, mistake, mistake. And I was like, why am I making so many mistakes? And I finally started to realize earlier on in the business relationship, because I would try to make it work. At first, I would be like, no, I got to make it work. I got to make it work. I got to prove myself. I finally came to the conclusion that, when I start making a lot of really, really easy and dumb mistakes, that client is not for me. Because why isn't it happening with these others? So I learned that. Of course, I went through a period when there was like huge turmoil and my head was in the clouds and there were mistakes for a lot of people. But this is the beauty of the people that I work with. They knew what my situation was. They knew what I was going through and they gave me so much grace. They were able to work with me. We were able to rectify everything and everything just worked out fine. Everything works out. And in 2020, actually, even before that, in 2019, I pivoted. I changed my services and packages. I was burning out. I was starting to hate my business and I wanted to throw in the towel. And then my friend Monica Lorraine came in with my birth chart and human design. She's like, no, this is the way you're supposed to work. This is how your energy works. This is how you attract people. And this is how we can restructure your business. And it was like, poof, light bulb moment. I was like, oh my God, I can change my business. I don't have to be stuck where I am. So it pivoted. And then I think every year since it pivots a little bit more. It changes every year well, I'm also a manifesting generator. So I have a lot of passions. I'm multi-passionate. So I'm always learning new things and wanting to try different things. So my business changes all the time. But that's the point. You're not stuck with one thing. Just try one thing. Try it on. See if you like it. If not, pivot. Pivot until you find what truly lights you up. And this changes with time. What do you have to lose? More time? Time is going to pass you by anyways. So you might as well pick something and start moving with it. Remember, your purpose isn't about perfection or pleasing others. It's about living in alignment with what brings you joy, peace, and fulfillment. So if you found today's episode helpful, please share it with a friend. We all have that one friend who is feeling lost and unsure about their path and purpose. Maybe this helps them. Maybe these are ideas they can start incorporating to figure that out. And if you'd like more support in discovering your purpose and creating a life or a business aligned with it, check out my Launch Your Soul-Based Business group coaching program. It starts in January. It's designed to help you step into your soul's calling with clarity, confidence, and support. I invite you to apply. You will fill out a short application, no obligation, and then you will be directed to book a clarity call with me, 20 minutes. And in this call, you can ask all your questions and we can determine if this is the right fit for you at this time or not. Thank you for spending time with me today. Until next time, amigas, stay aligned, stay inspired, take inspired action, and trust that your soul knows the way. Hasta la próxima.